What's up, everybody? So today's video request, my thoughts when people say life is too short. If life was so short, why am I still alive? Why are we all still here? You know, things fly in life. Like, for example, it's almost already July 4th again. Felt like it was just July 4th yesterday. Felt like I just made a video, July 4th video rant not too long ago. Like, literally felt like it was like, a couple of months ago. Meanwhile, it was literally almost a year now. Things like that fly. There's a lot of things in life that just speed by. That is true. But one thing that just seems to never go fast is your expiration. You expiring. You feel it feels like it's just for an eternity here. Even though life is temporarily, we're all gonna die, it feels like we're here forever. Because it just feels like it takes forever. And sometimes we slack. I mean, we all know we're gonna die someday, but sometimes we forget, where we don't even think about that. We have all this stress, we have all these, pressure going on in our life, when we forget that one day all this is just gonna be over with. Now, I don't know what happens once we die, but I could definitely tell you, once we die, hopefully we're out of this hellhole. At least I would hope. But, yeah. I just get the feeling, and I'm sure everyone here can relate, where when is it all just going to be finally done? Like, when is this all going to come to an end? How much longer is it going to keep going? When you think like that, already just goes to show you life ain't short. Because if life was so short, people wouldn't really end their lives, because life is short. You're going to die. Well, we are going to die, but sometimes it just feels like it takes forever. There's just so much suffering that a lot of people don't see it worthwhile living all the way to the very end. They rather just cut to the chase. And I can't say I blame them people. I really can't. I don't encourage anyone to do that. But at the same time, I can't say I blame people for doing that, because, what's the real reward if I die? Like, think of it this way. I'm 27 years old now, right? What's the difference if I make it to 90 or if I die in my 30s? There's no reward. The only thing that's going to happen, if I possibly make it to 90, I'm going to have more issues. Because when, people get old, you slow down. You start getting problems and shit. And there are some people that are healthy around that age. But you know what I mean? You're going to slow down. You ain't going to be able to run how you can run right now. Everything is going to become a decline. Even if you're in good shape, still, you're going to go into some sort of a decline. That's just something that's going to happen to every single one of us. Some people, it's a really bad decline where you may not be able to walk anymore. You may need to be in a wheelchair, or, or you can't sit up straight anymore. You're going to be bent, like things like that sometimes also could occur. I'm not saying it happens to everyone, but everyone's going to face some sort of a decline. So if I die in my 30s, heck, I'll be younger, and I'll escape this hellhole faster. Because truth is, all that I'm going to get by making it all the way to 90 or however long is more suffering and more pain, pressure. Life's getting worse and worse as the years go by. And by me ticking throughout the years, I'm just going to be seeing it with my own eyes. I'm just going to be, unfortunately, dealing with the stupidness, the stupidity of life, the heartache of life. Now, again, I'm not trying to say to everyone, let's just give up. I'm just saying, though, what's the real reward in making it all the way to the very end? There's no difference. You die young, you die old, it doesn't make a difference. We're all going to die. People always say, oh, well, he had a whole life ahead of him. And that irritates me in so many ways, because what life ahead? This shit? I mean, come on, man. People are lucky, honestly. The dead are lucky, at least I would think, because they don't got to worry about anything anymore. They don't got to worry about how they're going to survive, because they're dead. They don't got to worry about how they're going to pay bills, because they're dead. They're not going to have to worry about working more than one job, because they're dead. They're not going to have to worry about paying rent or whatever the fuck fee that comes into into your mind, because they're dead. That's why it's called rest in peace. I said this in previous videos. And of course I'm saying it again because, well, I like to say a million times because it's just the cold truth that's got to be said. The only time we're ever going to rest is once we're dead. At least I would hope. I mean, I don't know what the hell goes on in the afterlife, if there even is an afterlife, but I don't know. A lot of people say this, that, and I'm not saying people are wrong, but I can't say I believe, I can't say you're 100% right. You might be, but can't say, I don't know what to believe, I got to see it with my own eyes to say it's real. Like if somebody says something, for example, I'm dealing with paranormal activity, I believe you, but how do I know for sure you're not lying? I'm not saying you're lying, but how do I know for sure? I got to witness it myself to know for sure. Now, I'm not doubting people. I'm not doubting anyone here that says it. I believe, honestly, I kind of believe in that type of shit possibly. But then at the same time, I can't say I know for sure that it's real. It's like a mechanic, for example, saying this car is in good condition. This car is going to make it A to B. Now, I believe him, but do I know for sure that he's right? No. Anything could happen. Anything could go wrong. It could be good at that very moment and something could happen. It's like the battery in the car. You just don't know when it's going to go bad. It just happens. They could check your car battery today. Tomorrow you could have a dead car battery. I'm not saying that's, going to happen. Well, you don't know, but it's like a light bulb. Think of it that way. You're going to turn it on one day. It's just going to give out. If that makes any sense. Just an example. But again, I'm not saying I don't believe people, but I don't know what's true and what's not true. And I admit I'm that agnostic type of dude that just doesn't know. I don't want to say there's no such thing as God. Absolutely no chance of there being a God. And I don't want to also say that there's definitely a God, because truth is, I don't know. I really don't know. Whether there is or isn't, I just want to have a decent, peaceful life. That's all I ask, whether there's a God or not a God. But yeah, I'm not trying to, I'm not going against anyone's religion. Everyone has the right to believe what they want. There's a lot of people who be like, you're an atheist, and that's not the case. Because if I'm an atheist and I know, I'm confident to say there's no such thing as God, I don't believe in God, then yeah, I'm an atheist, but I'm not, because I don't know what to believe. I kid you not, people, I wonder if Santa Claus even exists. But yeah, back to life being short. Feels like it's just a roller coaster that never ends. You go on a roller coaster, you're having fun. Before you know it, the ride's over, then you're like, man, that's it. That was quick, man. You do more time waiting in line than you do enjoying. That also goes to show you, when you're having fun, time flies. When you're going through hell or you're bored or whatever the hell, time feels like it takes forever. You're enjoying that ride. Before you know it, the roller coaster's back to the station. It's done. But waiting is the boring and annoying part, because you're just standing in line, and that's the part that takes forever. This just goes to show you, pleasure in this life is short. When you're having a good time, it doesn't last long enough. That's why people want to keep certain memories, because there's certain memories that just, once they come, they already go and they're gone. Now it's just considered memories. Like, for example, when I used to be in school, I would just look at the time over and over and over and over. I'm bored in this classroom. It takes forever. But let's say there were times when we used to go on a trip, which was actually a lot better, because at least we weren't bored in the classroom doing stupid worksheets all fucking day. Felt like the day just went like that. We're ready, time to go back to school now, to go home. Which I'm okay with that, because we're going back to school just to leave, but you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like everything is short. Like, everything is long. Everything is long when you're not really enjoying yourself. When you're enjoying yourself, it just feels like time is so limited. Like, it's just so short. I guess to people that enjoy life, their life feels short because they're having a good time, and then before you know it, life is over. So to some degree, maybe I understand the term where they say life is so short, but how the hell do you enjoy a life where all you do is work your ass off and it's just not enough? It's like you're not working to get rich. You're just working to maintain the bills. Everything you're making is just going on the bills. And that feels like it just takes forever and ever and ever to just be over with. You get me? You get what I'm trying to say? I'm not trying to make it confusing. If so, I do apologize. There's people that enjoy life, and good for them. We all deserve to enjoy life, but it's just hard. Not everyone has that opportunity because not everyone's financially, stable. There's some people that are rich from being born in a wealthy family, and they have it a little bit easier. But then you got people that are literally just hustling and, just sacrificing every day just to maintain. Oh, good. I just made just the skin of enough of whatever that bill cost. Thank God. And now that's all your money you made. It's gone now. Instead of making that money to save up, to do things you want to do, you're just making money just to keep up with the bills. It's like whack-a-mole. You got to keep up. They pop up. You got to whack them back down. They come up, and then I think, if I'm not mistaken, it gets faster and faster and faster. That goes with the same scenario as life keeps getting more and more expensive. This keeps costing more and more in this, so now you're really trying to exert yourself even more. Perfect example right there. It's like wacky fucking mo. Wacky fucking mo. Wacky mo. Wacky mo. Oh, shit. Oh, and it's just getting harder and harder, and that's what literally it feels like with life. Wacky bills. That's literally the bills keep coming. Pay that off. Whoop, whoop. Pay that off. Whoop. Pay that off. Whoop, whoop. Oh God, it's coming too quick now. I can't keep up with it. What do I do? Oh, you gotta get another job, man. There's one job, and it's slow now, man. Literally the same concept right there, man. And this is all we do. And it feels like it takes forever to expire because you're not enjoying. But how do you enjoy? See, the purpose of these videos is not to make people feel depressed and just say everything's pointless, let's just give up and end it. The point of making these videos, at least how I look at it as, is to comfort one another and to, making people feel less alone, knowing they're not alone. They're not crazy for thinking a certain way. Because the truth is, we should all be thinking this certain way. It's just common sense. We should all see it. Some see it maybe, but pretend like it's not a problem, or some majority of people just don't see it. But that's the point of these videos, to try to comfort one another as best as possible. I'm trying to comfort you guys, and in return, you're definitely comforting me. And I thank you all for it. I'm not trying to make these videos to sound like a broken record, to try to sound, no matter how many times I say this, that's the thing too. I don't even know why I say this over and over, because you're always going to get an asshole that's going to say the same thing over and over. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, if you don't like what I talk about, just don't watch the videos. That's all. I'm not trying to bring anybody down. I'm not trying to bring anyone downhill. I'm trying to make people actually try and cope better to life. If that helps. It's not going to help 100% because life is just a big struggle, but I try. That's all we can do in life, is try. Sadly. It's like same thing with a movie. The movie's boring. The movie's not really that interesting. It feels like it goes on forever. When you're enjoying watching a movie that you like or whatever, before you know it, the movie's already over. Same thing with a song, really, It's weird. It's fucking weird. But really, how I look at it as, life does feel like, they say life is short. I guess the reason why you would say it's short is because we're here now, and one day we're not going to be here. Just like, you have your parents or you have a friend. One day, one of them are going to die. It could be even you. And once they're gone, you're not going to ever hear them anymore. You're never going to see them again. That's why they always say, enjoy life while you can. But this is why I always say, how do you enjoy life while you can when you're just here trying to keep up with bills? Wacky bills. Wacky mole, wacky bill. Same fucking thing. This is all we're doing, man. This is all we're doing. It's just a rat race. Obviously, it's just a rat race. Just Instead of chasing the cheese, we're chasing the money. We're trying to collect however much money we can. And if it's not enough for that specific bill, we got to try and work harder. That's all it is. Work harder, work harder, work harder. Instead of working smarter. Yeah. You ever hear the stupid term, there's a time for play and there's a time for work? Well, in today's life, specifically, I mean into today's life, it's more of work than play because you never have time to play. You know, you never really have time to do what you want to do because you got to keep making that money for the bills and, you know, for overhead, all that rent, whatever, you know, mortgage, whatever, you name it. Not going into detail, but you get what I'm saying. So you barely have any time to play or relax or do what you truly want to do because this is what you got to keep stressing on doing. And you have no choice but to do. Because it's a game that just, you can't quit. Well, unless you end it, but I mean, I don't, you know. But it's just a never ending, and this is where I feel like it goes on forever and ever and ever. And some people just crack like an egg and just say, fuck this, what the hell's the point? What is the point in this shit? I got to do this my whole entire life. I'm not enjoying. I'm not living. This is just existing. This is just lingering here. I'm not happy. I'm not doing things that I'd rather be doing. I'm doing things that I'm forced to have no choice to do. It's like a gun being aimed to my head. I have no choice. But in this circumstance, it's money. Because without this money, I can't do nothing. I can't eat. I can't do nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. So it's like, this is what I got to do throughout my days here on this planet. And pretty much the majority of humanity. I don't look at this as a life. I really don't. I just look at this as we're just trying to exist. But what's the sense? What's the point of existing when you're doing things you really don't want to do? And then in the end, you're just going to die. So all that existing to just one day no longer exist. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. It never made sense to me because the truth is, none of this shit really makes any sense. Yet we're just randomly spawned here. I always love to use that word, spawned. And now we just got to do this shit. And if we don't, people look at us like we're bums, lazy, you know. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I really don't. I really don't, man. You know, if there was an award to all of this one day, maybe I could understand. But there is no reward to this. We're going to die regardless. You work, you're still going to die. If you don't work, you're still going to die. Doesn't matter if you're a male or female, you're going to die. Whether it's young, whether it's old, at some point in time, you're going to die. I always love to bring that up because it's just the truth. Wouldn't you rather be here while you're here doing things you'd rather be doing? And if that's the case, maybe life will be short because you're enjoying it, and before you know it, the ride's over and you're like, oh shit. But here, you're just sacrificing here, man. It just feels like it never ends. A lot of people be like, well, you know, if you just lived the dream where you could afford anything you want, a Lambo or a mansion, you name it, you're going to get bored of life. And I always say, yeah, it might be true. But you know what? Life is boring no matter what. I'd rather be bored and have no stress at least. As always, and this is just me personally, I'm bored and I got to work. So not only am I bored, I'm under pressure. Pressure. Under pressure. Doon, 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 doon. Yeah, that's another song that pretty much gives you some sort of a subliminal message. It becomes boring no matter what, because if you don't have money, think of it this way. You don't have money, let's say, you know, you can't go anywhere. There's places you want to go, but you can't afford it. You know, taking a flight, whether it's plane or driving, you know, traveling. You know, travel costs money. And if you don't have the money for it, you can't do shit. So right there, it's boring because there's things you want to do, but you can't do because you don't have money. And then vice versa, where there's people that are rich and can afford anything. They can travel wherever the hell they want, and then they get bored too. But you know what? At least you don't got to worry about stress. Truth is, you really can't escape the boredom. as much. Some people actually probably don't get bored. You know, not everyone does, but a lot of people say that it gets boring, and it's probably true. But at least I have a simple, easy life. I don't know why some people want it challenging. Hey, to each their own. Me, I just want a simple, basic, easy life. That's just me. I don't want trouble. I don't look for trouble. I just want to enjoy, be at peace, and whenever it's time to die, die. We do this for 40 years and then we die. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. What do you think? You know, from SpongeBob. But so yeah, if it was 40 years, maybe I could say life was short then. But it's possibly another 40 years or another 10 years after. 90 years old, you know what I mean? It just keeps going, man. But that's just my opinion. I mean, this is just my opinion where I'd rather be rich and not have to worry about anything. You know, you can't escape boredom, I guess, you know. I guess you just can't escape it. There's a lot of people that get bored because they could do whatever they want. They already traveled the whole world. Everything they wanted to do came true. It's like an achievement. You know, you unlock that achievement. Cool. Now I want to unlock this achievement. All right. Seems like I unlocked every achievement I wanted to accomplish in my life. Now I'm just bored. But then it goes vice versa, where people never get the chance to unlock their achievement because they don't have the funds to do it. You know, they don't have the money, or some people don't have the health, let's say, to do it. So they're bored that way and disappointed at the same time because they really want to achieve these goals. Not that it matters or not, but it's just, you know, it makes people happy. And I guess if that's what matters, that's good, you know. But it doesn't really make a difference. But people sometimes just want to do that to be happy. And if that's the case, I say go for it. But that's the thing. Not everyone can do it because not everyone has the money. I want to go here, I want to go there, but not everyone has the money to do it. So what do? They do nothing. They're home or wherever, and they're just working, making enough, if even enough, just to pay the bills. Never enough to finally say I'm going to go away on vacation, because you just never be making that amount of money where you can do things. So that way it gets boring and disappointing, because there's things you want to do in life that you sadly won't ever possibly, you know, you may never be able to do it because you don't have money. Then it goes vice versa. I did everything I wanted to do, and now I'm bored. You know, so either way, it's like back to square one. But at least you got the achievements, I guess. Not that it makes a difference either way, but anyway, guys, it's actually gonna rain. I don't know if you guys can see. It's starting to get dark. Plus, it's gonna be nighttime soon too. But it is getting cloudy. So, and I did feel a little drizzle. I'm not sure if I picked it up on camera. It was very light, so I'm gonna probably end it there before it starts raining on me. But yeah, anyway, love you all, like I always say at the end of the video, because, hey, it's the fucking truth. I love every one of you, man. If I can give you all a hug, well, virtual hug. Come here, y'all. Put her there, imagine. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a night for now. Peace out. Love you all. Take it easy. And, yeah, we'll be making more soon, guys. Stay tuned.